Happy Friday, friends. This is Miss Hedstrom back with your phonics lesson. So yesterday we were looking at our ed ing endings, and just as a reminder, excuse me, just as a reminder, when we add an ed to a base word, we then make it past tense. So add becomes added, something that happened in the past. And when we add ing, it makes it present tense, meaning it's happening right now. So add would then become adding. Today, we're going to begin by looking at a very simple sentence, and we're first going to make it past tense, and then we're going to use some present tense. I added just a few examples here. So if we were to add some of these verbs, and a verb is an action, so something that you do. If we add a verb to this sentence, the girl blank to school, we are then telling our reader what the girl was doing. So down here I have the girl jumped, and I'm going to change that color to blue just so that we can keep it a little bit more formal. So girl jumped to school, and that is a complete sentence. It makes sense. We can change jumped to hopped. The girl hopped to school. Can you visualize that? Could say the girl skipped to school, and that also makes sense. Now I'm going to go to red, because now we're going to look at our present tense. And if I were to say the girl jumped to school, when I say that, it sounds wrong in my brain, because if you're talking about present tense, you have to say the girl is jumping, because it means it's happening right now. And I'm going to then make this all just a little bit smaller, since it doesn't, smaller, since it doesn't want to fit. There we go. Okay. And like that. And I want that there. But I am going to change this to red, so that as we're doing this, you are aware that the is will only be in the sentence you're talking about intent. The girl is jumping to school. The girl is hopping to school. The girl is skipping to school. The girl is running. Get rid of that little box. Running to school. The girl is swinging to school. Actions. Now, swinging to school, that sounds a little silly, but it works. It fits. Now, I'm going to delete our is here, because in our past tense, I also have two words, ran and swam, and they do not follow our rule, our ed ending rule for past tense. We don't say the girl ran to school or swam to school. Fortunately, the English language is just really confusing. So these are a couple words that you're just going to have to remember. That the past tense run is run, and the past tense swim is swam. Doesn't follow a pattern, it's just the way it is. So if we wanted to say the girl ran to school, or let our reader know that it was running, or that she had run, I should say, we have to say the girl ran to school, and the same with swam. Now we're going to go to our next part of our lesson, which is our story. And just like we would do if we were in class, we're going to look at the story for today. First, identify our high frequency words. These are the words that you should know by now, that you see a lot in second grade texts and are good to review. So we'll read them together. Another, close, for, and this 4 is the number 4, high, home, and run or runs. And now I took it upon myself actually to already find them in your story. So you can see we have 4 and runs, home, high, home again, close, and another is way down there. So just like we would do in school, we're going to read our story, and your job in Seesaw is to go find the ed-ing words within this story. Now, in class, we read it twice, then I turn off my computer and you find them while I find them. We're not going to do that today because we don't get immediate results when you're not in class with me. So I am going to read the story twice with you, and then when I'm done reading, I'll go and show you your assignment in Seesaw. So your job right now is just to listen to me read the story. So when you get to your assignment, you'll already be familiar with the story. So the title of the story is Casey at Bat. It was the final inning, and we needed 4 runs to win. There were 2 outs, but the bases were loaded. Casey walked up to home plate and waited for the first pitch. It was wild and high. She ducked just in time. The next pitch was perfect, and Casey belted it deep into right field. The other players crossed home plate. Casey rounded third base as the catcher began reaching for the ball. It was going to be close. The ball smacked into the catcher's mitt. The catcher leaned down to tag Casey, but it was too late. Casey was safe. The crowd began screaming with delight. Our team had earned another victory. Now I'm going to read it one more time, and as I'm reading, look and listen for those ed-ing words, so when you get to your assignment, they're already fresh in your brain. Casey at bat. It was the final inning, and we needed 4 runs to win. There were 2 outs, but the bases were loaded. Casey walked up to home plate and waited for the first pitch. It was wild and high. She ducked just in time. The next pitch was perfect, and Casey belted it deep into right field. The other players crossed home plate. Casey rounded third base as the catcher began reaching for the ball. It was going to be close. The ball smacked into the catcher's mitt. The catcher leaned down to tag Casey, but it was too late. Casey was safe. The crowd began screaming with delight. Our team had earned another victory. All right, so let's go into Seesaw. When you are in Seesaw, this is what you will see. Your job, like I said, is to find the ed-ing words and highlight them and then turn them in. Now, I wanted to show you, I've been noticing that some friends have been using this tool, which makes what you're highlighting white, and that makes it hard for a teacher to read what you're writing. So for this story, I want you to use the highlighter, which is next to it. It doesn't have the stars. And then you can highlight whatever you see. You can change your color. Just make sure it's not a dark color because we want to be able to see the words behind it. You're also going to notice that these icons are in the way down here. If you press this little square at the top, it will make them disappear so you can see the whole story and you still are able to highlight. Now, I'm looking at the word perfect. It does not have an ed or ing ending, and I realize I made a mistake. So if I make a mistake, I just go up here, click the undo, and it erases it. So your job is to find the ed-ing endings in the story and then submit them to your teacher. Have fun. I will see you on Monday because because today is Friday. Bye.